Ahafo. Farming is the main occupation for about 2/3 of the economically active group in most districts. Traditional authorities have released hundreds of arable tracts of land for the purpose.
When it comes to Ahafo in general, we are noted for our agriculture activities. In terms of agriculture, when they were selecting some districts for AMSEC, we also considered Esuitifi South. And as we are talking now, Esuitifi South is one of the districts which is doing well in agriculture. We are producing more rice, our cocoa, farming is also going on. The people have also taken up livestock. It is going on everywhere. So the Assembly has taken steps to improve agriculture by supporting our farmers, giving them irrigation. The government has also supplied us with tractors and other equipment.
Already, some are seriously and busily engaged in farming on a large scale as the new order.
So even this man, I encourage him to stay. So I started with the onions, the agogo one, the Nigerian baby ones. So about 5 acres. So I started, and it was okay. So in fact, the encouragement came. I said, no, we'll stop because time to time, the onions has got a time, the cabbages, and then the green pepper. But for the cabbages, it's any time. With the green pepper, chief of so when I man right now the cabbage is almost all Ghana says 3 million here. So the green pepper 5 million. We have nowhere.
Ahafo also boasts of the Gosu Cocoa Station, one of the 16 cocoa stations dotted across the country. Substantial proportions of the economically active persons are also engaged in production. Gosu, the regional capital, has the largest market center in the region. Ahafo is also rich in gold deposits. This is confirmed by gold mining activities in 3 districts, namely Esuitifi North, Esuitifi South, and Tano North districts.
The mining is just around. Most of the problems associated with mining are also here. For the past 10 years, the people have tasted, resources from the mining, and they are following it. So when it comes to Fidium here, you tell the boys to even embark on agriculture, they don't want to go.
Educationally, Ahafo has 451 kindergartens, 478 primary schools, 366 junior high schools, with 17 senior high schools.
Having gotten the region, the school has changed a lot. I've had a new girls' dormitory that has been built and commissioned for use. The students are now in there. If you look behind here, we have a 12-unit classroom block being constructed by Get Fund. It's part of government initiative to curb double track in our secondary schools. Then the other ongoing project here is also a 12-unit classroom block being built by the Municipal Assembly in Ahafo North for the students. Apart from that, the other minor projects going around in the school that shows that at least if they come with the region, Mimsa High School has benefited a lot from this region.
Bechem in Tano South is home to the only school for persons with special needs in the region.
Bechem School for the Deaf was established in 1969. It was established to help students who are deaf in the middle Ghana, to also allow them to get access to education. Now, in 1987, we added a vocational and technical education also to the school, because we realized that we have only one senior high school for the deaf in Ghana. So all the deaf students from Wa to Cape Coast, all of them, they all head towards that one senior high school. So we thought that we can also design some kind of training to help some of the students who may not get access to the SHS. That is why we have the technical and the vocational school also here. Students use this school as their home, especially the schools for the deaf. When they come and enter here, let's say at KG, they will continue education to primary to JHS, and if they finish and they want to continue to technical, they are also here. So KG 2 years, primary 6 years, JHS is 4 years instead of the 3 for the regular people. We use 4 years for the JHS. So some students stay here for 15 years. This is their home. Now, some of our students who completed the technical department, we help them to write the NAPTEX examination, and they have been admitted at past UEW Kumasi campus, and we've sent them there. Once they pass, we have interpreters there, and they are all special educators, so we know them, we coordinate, we communicate with them, and they help out. So once they pass, it is not that difficult. The problem is with the SHS, because the other SHS will not admit them. So we have to go to Mampong, which is 1 and is full. Now, we see that students are having education for free. But when we come here, because our technical department is not registered under the TVET program, students will have to pay for their uniform, they pay for their training materials and other things. Meanwhile, they are deaf, they are disabled. And in the past, disabled persons were going to school for free, and the regular people were rather paying. Now, the regular people are going to school for free, and the disabled are paying, and I don't think it's good.
There are 8 health training institutions in the region, churning out professionals for the country's health sector.
We don't have enough hostels here. Our principal has taken houses. He rented people's houses for hostels. So we are pleading that the government will help us to build more infrastructures as hostels to contain all the students on campus. And also we are pleading to get 1 school bus, because those staying outside campus, we have only 1 bus who convey them, and always that 1 bus is giving us a problem. So we are pleading with the government to give us an additional bus which will help to convey the students as well. And we also need ICT functional laboratory which contains all computers, enough computers, since our licensing exams is online. So we need more hands in our computers to help us enlighten us in our studies.
Our road system, if we talk of the buildings, we need enough space to accommodate these students. Even worse of all, when they are distributing the teachers, we are not able to get our share as required. They even don't come when we send the teachers here. And national accreditation is also on our nerves to get teachers with, second degree, etc., to approve our programs. We don't have any hospitals in this very town. We have to move to places like Kukum, Goso, and Babieni, and they all take away huge sum of money from us because of fuel that we have to provide for the vehicles.
The pickup that we have for the school is only one, which is used for mostly all transport activities. So it's a big challenge to us. Most of the tutors live outside the compound, which makes checking for discipline very challenging.
Even though this is a center, the hospital here, we have a well-equipped trauma and orthopedic department and then physio departments. It is not every time that you can bring students in to learn, so we need to set up skills labs in the school. We are patching in some of the conference halls of the hospital, even though academic work is supposed to be at our main campus. So that is one serious challenge. The college has 68 acres of land. We have 68 acres of land. So far we have developed less than a quarter of the land, so we have vast land for future development.
The region also has 96 health facilities comprising 10 hospitals made up of 3 government-owned, 1 Islamic, and 4 privately owned. It also has 22 health centers, 18 clinics, 7 private maternity homes, 160 demarcated chip zones, 143 functional chip zones, and 45 chip compounds. A Sutifid North district out of the 6 districts in the region has no district hospital. The oldest health facility in the region is the Gosu Municipal Hospital. It began as a wound dressing center.
This year used to be a wound dressing unit, and then they upgraded it to a health center. And then later, somewhere middle of 80s, became a district hospital. So looking at our capacity, we see around 250 patients a day. And so we need quite more doctors in addition to our staff strength here. Where our major problem is are the other paramedics. If you come to X-ray, now the X-ray technician who was here has left for school. So we need X-ray technician. Apart from that one, if you go to ultrasound, we have one sonographer. We also need a standby because there are one where he's only one. If he goes on leave, in fact, he can't even go on leave, just short. And there are certain cases said that anytime he's even on 2 or 3 days off, he has to be called. If you talk to our mortuary staff, we have 2 permanent, and we need more.
The St. John of God Hospital at Duayankwanta and the St. Elizabeth Hospital at Hwidiem falls under the Christian Health Association of Ghana CHAG facilities.
It actually started as a maternity home in 1953. It was an initiative of the then government of establishing maternity homes and then dressing centers in rural areas in Ghana. In 1955, the maternity home was upgraded into the status of a hospital. Grown up to what we have now as a major center for orthopedics, if I can say, in the country. Initially, before Wenchi Methodist came in, we were the only facility providing orthopedics in this area, the northern, central, and western as well, and including our neighboring countries like Burkina, Cote d'Ivoire, and then Togo. Sometimes even we receive cases from Guinea and other countries as well. The challenge is with infrastructure. For instance, we have trained 2 gynecologists, and now we are receiving a lot of referral cases from outside our district as well. But when they come, the facility is also not able to take them because most of the time, the best number, the capacity that the bed can take, you realize that it's full. And sometimes I have to have patients maybe not having bed. And sometimes, just referral cases, you just immediately have to do something for the person, but you don't have the infrastructure, you don't have the equipment.
Established in the year 1955, we've been in operation up to date. It started as a camp for lepers. And then later on, the people realized that when their people are sick, they have to be sent to Kumasi. And it was too much, the roads were terrible state. So they pleaded with the Catholic Church and they could take up the place. And so the Catholic Church also took up the place, developed it into a hospital. It has been in operation up to date. The space we have has become small in the stage that the OPD we have operating before is still the same. For the child health, we have it in different sessions. We have the children and have the neonates. We didn't even have a place for the neonates. We only improvised. And we are trying to solicit for help for neonatal intensive care units. And that is the one under construction. At the moment, we cannot even complete it because we don't have the funds to complete it. And that place is also very dear to us because it's a place for the neonates who will later become our future leaders. So it's very important that we are able to complete it, to be able to admit our neonates, and then when they get cured, tomorrow they take care of you and me.
Spreading development evenly across the country, especially in the new regions for accelerated development, is one of the reasons for creating Ahafo. Against this background, today, the regional offices of highways will be situated at Tano North, Education Office at Bechem in Tano South.
Anybody transacting education business in Ahafo doesn't go to Goso, but they come to Tano South, Bechem. Bechem is chosen because traditionally Bechem is noted for its education because in the early 90s, around 1980s, Bechem had many education institutions, including St. Joseph College of Education. We also had a training college. We also have one of the oldest private secondary schools or business colleges, Bechem Business College, but now Bechem Polytechnic. And Presec is also here. I'm told Professor Buzia started his education here, and President Kufuor also had his education here. Incidentally, they all attended the same school, Bechem Presby School. All of them are in this town.
Hwidiem in Esutifi South will house the Regional Health Directorate. Prison services comes to Esutifi North, whilst Esunafo North takes the Regional Agriculture Office. Kukwom in Esunafo South hosts feeder roads, and the Regional Health Insurance Office goes to MIM in Esunafo North. Ahafo prides itself with one of the best orthopedic and physiotherapy hospitals in the country. It receives clients from across the country and beyond.
For the past 5 years, now we have seen that the motorbike accident has increased so much. I mean, for some time now, I don't, if I say the last time we saw victim from a car accident is probably a month ago. And once in a while it comes in. But on a daily basis, as we talk now, all the patients here, most of them are from motorbike accidents. Either they are riding themselves or they are pedestrians also hit by motorbikes. If you were here 3 weeks ago, my children's department was full. A lot of fractures, all hit by motorbikes. But the motorbike is really is worrying. It's worrying because they're all young people. There are some of them who come, unfortunately, they die even at the emergency. They crash, they have head injuries. And some of them, they break their legs, their arms. Some get spinal injuries. They are referred to neurosurgeons, and sometimes, most of the time, they end up in a wheelchair. And when they're here with open injuries, you cannot send them home. They are here, they take the bed, and so until they are okay, you cannot send them away. So the beds are occupied just as long as they are not well, you cannot send them home. And keeping a lot of burden on us. We have a lot of patients who need some type of orthopedic surgery, elective ones, who are waiting lists. But because of motorbikes, the beds are all occupied. Clubfoot is a congenital deformity of the foot. And the cause actually is not known. But we can see that about 1 out of 1,000 babies born worldwide have a clubfoot. In Ghana, about 6 out of 1,000 babies born have a clubfoot. Because it's congenital, the treatment, it can be managed. There are different types of clubfoot. We have one we call the idiopathic clubfoot, that the cause is not known, and we have one we call the secondary clubfoot, which may be caused by other diseases. The baby is born with another disease and it has a clubfoot. Those ones are difficult to manage. But the idiopathic ones, fortunately, there's a treatment that we have for them.
Most roads in Ahafo are not in the best of condition, a disadvantage to majority of travelers.
Na the best aban be brain yakwan. Akwan a free no beko eba krom ha. Eko ye nkurase ni nyina nye. Sabi obi kura na de aduane bi ba ama ye nya bi awo nya bi ato di kura na. Enam sa akwan nye ntini aduane ntimi mba.
We station here. Any for kasa ko DC mu ho. Ya bona emo. Na mo am here. We o bus so ha di ejuma. The stadium mu. Akro bi e boda ko bi titoy. Ya ro so. Ke saba say. Onya adwene ho so ba bia ma ye de. Mo here station. Ene san ko ane ye e ma ye.
What would kwan na yakom? Yes, abai. Abai say yes, share no. Ya kwan no. O me ye mai. Kwan na na ye major problem ai. Ye face you. Help portals. Kwan na adana rasta no. Won say kwan na adana rasta. Won na ma wo sisi to say bo say brim. no more cars now. Heavy duty now, I'm pass her. The other road now. It's where your main road it's from Hat to Fidim. We say from Fidim where Bahano. Yes, you contractor be the coffee job. Coffee, baby, I will be a stroke and I say for stroke. The hair kind of my what's it? The hair kind of my now my bread.
Okoba kopa na sa oba ji se osa kwese sa obo joint bibia sa kwa kwese sa no e dia ma ye bre na de ye ha kese wo me nyina nim futuro yale a de ba anso so ye hwe edan a ebebe ye kwan ho nyina mfuturo a ku amanfo na se yale amanfo kuma nura ye droba ni ba ko okọ ba ko ba ye na an ko mu na hwe ha se efiri se mfuturo no edoso
a wo ye kwen ya and one year house, it's a my turn, my no money, the good shops. No money winning, I think that's the queen would.
Construction work is, however, ongoing in most of the roads in the region.
Now, we have 3 major roads ongoing in our municipality. One is from Bichim, NR66, from Bichim to Akomadan, and Akomadan is in Ahafo North District. This road has been there since creation, and this is the time that we are having the opportunity. I believe if we were used to be part of the former Ahafo, I strongly believe that there would have been other competing roads for that, but now we have it. Bechem Town Road is ongoing. Within the next few weeks we will visit here, you will see that our link road into the main road will be tarred. So Bechem Town Road is also ongoing. And there's also another road that links us to another section of Ahafo North, from Bechem through Tachimentia to Dema and Ausioso. That one too is also ongoing. So had it not be the creation of our region, I don't know how we're going to have all these things.
Just behind me, you can see there is a road being constructed. The distance from Lim to Sunyan, those times they go through Kenya. So this road is under construction by the government. That will make distance between the old Bonon region and the new Ahafo region shorter. These developments actually wouldn't have been in place if the region had not been created.
There are no traffic lights nor fitting runabouts in the region. In the regional capital Goso, this serves as the runabout in the city center. Work is steadily progressing on the regional coordinating officers at Goso. Newmont, Ghana, one of the major mining companies in the country, is located at Kenyasi. This makeshift runabout separates Kenyasi number 1 from Kenyasi number 2. Mim and surrounding communities have the best of Ahafo's timber forest with several timber ferns. Mim in Ahafo is the tourism hub of the Ahafo region. It once had an airstrip.
This whole area is part of the old Mim Airport. The old Mim Airport was constructed by Desmond Charmont. Specifically, he was the owner of the Mim Timber Company, specifically for his private jet and maybe other government jets that will come to this area. You know, Ahafo at that time was quite remote compared to Kumasi and Accra. So this was a beautiful edifice that they created, and then he bought a plane actually, and then this was the landing site. So they created a nice airstrip that these planes will come here. At that time, my mom would tell me kids will come and watch it, and a whole lot. But unfortunately, because of a coup d'etat, they cut it off and then destroyed the strip. So currently, the land has been reused for another aspect. The traditional council building is ongoing here, and then there is a new hospital being built by the president over here. And then they have another the palace here. The traditional council, the palace, and they've turned that place into the water pumping station as well. Desmond was passionate about helping Mem people because this is where he got his fortune. So when this was destroyed, he also actually started a new airstrip beside the mountains that is near his cashew plantations, so that still his dream of opening up the town to help other people and investors to come over here was still in course. But when he started, at a point in time, he couldn't finish before he died. This is Biatono Forest Reserve. Biatono is unique because it has an army training site situated there. Bonkone has an Air Force training site for its proximity to the new airstrip near the mountains. Here, there are a lot of trees and then wild animal species around. As we were coming, you could see that the road has a canopy, natural canopy, and then the species is, I think, Cassia elata. Naturally, this is for shelter belts, but I think it's by divine something. It has merged together to give that shade, and it's so special in the sense that it's not found so much in areas in Ghana. This is one of the longest shade that we have, and it's a very nice sight to behold, especially at this part of the country where somebody might think there is nothing like that so special, and you come to meet this for over maybe 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers wide. When people come here and they see this, they are so much happy. This is one of the, I could say, mysteries that is emerging here in Ahafo, especially Mem area, Mem Traditional Council and their lands. And it's something that is worth watching. And I think if we project it and people come around to have a look at it, it's quite refreshing.
The largest public standpipe in the country, known as Pipe 20, is found in Mem.
Pipe 20 was created by Desmond Chamand in the 1960s, and up to date, it is still standing around. The concept was to provide enough standpipes for the centermost of Mem, where most of the workers were, so that they can have access to pipe-borne water. But currently, it is out of use because of the close down of the company. Pipe 20 provided water to thousands of Mem people. One of the concepts that was created by Mem Timber and is still standing up till now. With the revival of the company, this beautiful edifice, when the water system is restarted, will flow. This is at the heart of Mem, the tourist destination of Ahafo.
Over 2 years into the creation of Ahafo region, what are people saying?
There were a lot of things we were not seeing in the area. It was brown Ahafo, but the outside, there are a lot of things we were not seeing. But when the region was created now, we are seeing a lot of potentials coming in. A lot of offices are opening up. So many infrastructure are being done. There are construction of roads and other social amenities are coming up here. A lot of potentials are coming, and people are coming in with the investments and others. So things has changed, really. There are a lot of changes, massive changes. There are a lot of people coming in. Now, people are coming in from Accra, all over the country, even outside the country, coming in from Burkina Faso, Cote d'Ivoire, and others coming in because the region has been created. People are opening up stores and other investments in. So, in fact, a lot of things have come up.
We have been posted here about barely 1 year and some few months. But looking at Ahafo region, the creation of the region has actually helped a lot. It has eased pressure on developmental issues. The accommodation, I would say, has not been easy as we expect. You know, we those who have been posted here, we are more. And the accommodation facility here is not enough for the staff.
We, as a college, even though we were happy when the new region was created, but we've not benefited directly as at now, because we were expecting that being the only tertiary institution in Ahafo South, at least they will look at some of the resources that are in short and provide them here in the college. So, if I mention resources, I mean infrastructure, like our buildings, our road system. If we talk of the buildings, the college was established in 2015 without classrooms. So how did we get studies going on? We have to rely on PTA to put up a 4-story building, a 4-classroom unit for us to be used as lecture halls. In fact, it was these efforts that helped us to maintain the college as we see today.
Before the creation of this district, Ahafo region, we had only one technical institution, that is Ahafo. But at the moment, the government is constructing ultra-modern one at Akodi, where people from the region can access TVET education. It is programmed that we are going to see another one in Kenya very soon. When it comes to the health, everybody is aware that the new district hospital that the government planned to construct, which is being constructed, about 3 districts were also earmarked, though we were not part of it, but they had it. This indicates that when you go to health sector too, the government has tried to expand the infrastructure after the creation of the region.
It's something that we have been praying for. So we are very happy with the creation of the region. The expansion of employment in the region has affected our families. Myself as a headmaster, having gotten so many students, my school is improving, population is increasing, facilities are being constructed. I think we have also benefited a lot from the region.
Membo is the spiritual home of Ahafo.
The history behind Membo is that it harbors the ancestral spirits of the people of Mem. In fact, that was a place earmarked for these olden days belief that it embodies everything that the Akans and even other people have believed in. That with that backing, everything was possible. Per history, people came from afar, near and afar, to come there for maybe for healing purposes and those kind of things. It used to be a very, very vibrant place. With the advent of Christianity and that kind of thing, it seems the euphoria about it is dying down a bit. But still, there are a certain group of people within the Mem town who still have a strong belief that that place is a sacred place, which of course, going forward, can be developed into a very good tourist site. Well, when you are on top there and you look at the environment, in fact, it's a very good scenery, which of course, I know people can travel from afar to come and have a look at it. Because I even have a plan that can that place also be developed into this power gliding thing at Kwau area.
Traditional authorities are also happy with the creation of the region. However, like Oliver Twist, they asked for more.
Nananamo hey, being here the anani, and I call ya service team. As so, I buy a back. And so my paying your buyer and who said, here says, oh, Chim, mine punt you, it me do baby. You decide as Ramano. The restaurant and me now say in a kabum, said the ain't kabum caneno, at the pre region, at the buyer, a ma region, and I will buy no. The best rate, Nanamina say, a young kabum back home. Near Fanta region is a nature, near Phantom and Paynechi. Many Timu pot, and then I jump pot, if you are region, and why I saw the boy piano. And I know, in a young Katin Pam. na se bibi na se to ya adwuma ye nyina ye hia ne ne nananom ye nyina fa adwuma baako ne ne region minister ne kasa na de se duru aban ha eduru aban nim ama aban so tima beboaye.
With an average annual rainfall of 30 to 40 inches, the weather pattern in Ahafo is usually dry between the months of December and April, whilst July and November records the wet season. The highest temperatures are reached at the end of the dry season, the lowest in December and January. Nonetheless, the hot Harmattan wind from the Sahara blows frequently between December and the beginning of February. Residents are of the persuasion that together they will build Ahafo region.
I will appeal to His Excellency the President at this time that the community mining process should be fast-tracked so that the people can, access job there. A lot of people, about 90 persons were trained when the President, His Excellency, asked us to bring people to Takwa for the training. So these people have been trained in the mining activities. So when they are given the community mining licenses, these people can do.
Going forward, what I will inform, or the message that I would like to give to the people of our region is that our region has come to stay. Our focus now is how all of us will come together as one people to forge our region forward, because sort of we're moving from a known position to an unknown position. Now, whether you like it or not, it's a known position now. So we've come to stay. We just have to focus. What the things that culminated in clamoring for the creation of our region, we have to focus on those things.
The 6th district of Ahafo has Gosu as the regional capital in Isnafo North, Kukuom as the district capital for Isnafo South, Shidiem for Esutifi South, and Kenyase for Esutifi North. Tano North has Duaya Nkwanta with Bechem for Tano South. To accelerate the development of Ahafo region, experts recommend a collaboration between the recognized traditional authorities and political leadership. And this, they say, calls for an all-hands-on-deck approach.
This is Daboya, the once famous community. It lies some 67 kilometers northwest of Tamale in Ghana's Savannah region. The mention of Daboya triggers memories of ancient commercial activities, rich history, and culture as part of the people's story. The town is noted for its hand-woven smoke and salt mining activities, but today's focus will center on the smoke business here in Daboya. In this carted settlement, it is not difficult to come across a smoke weaving loom. Enter any house in Daboya and you'll be sure to find a beautiful hand woven smoke. Smoke weaving is the mainstay of the people of Daboya. Children, the youth, and adults are actively involved in this business. Indigents in the business have their mini smoke weaving hub situated at vantage points in the community. In weaving the smoke, weavers first get their preferred thread or yarn, which is imported from Nigeria or Burkina Faso. The threads are taken to another mini processing factory to be dyed. This is where brisk business begins. The dyeing process is a laborious activity. It requires some tact and a lot of energy to finish a customer's thread. There are 7 different wells filled with a dyeing solution. Workers here tell me it takes about 7 days to go through the dyeing processes. The process requires items like locally made acid, zata, which has the form of clay, indigo leaves, mini metallic drums, improvised wooden structures serving as draining and drying aids, firewood, and threads. These are the materials at the mini thread dyeing factory. "25-year-old Fusaini Abdul Kawi has been in the thread dyeing business for the past 5 years. He acquired the knowledge and skills from colleagues after completing his senior high school education. Fusaini took us through the entire process.
Then go to the riverside, fresh water, fresh water, and come and put them inside the hole. After putting them in the hole, get that local acid, about 6 or 7. Come and put them inside that fresh water. Then if it is a big hole, you can pour like 3. But a small one like this one and this one over there, you can pour only 2. Then you stir them, mix them. You will be using the stick to mix them together. So there is something that main thing that you just around these things, so small ones. That's why you will buy. And one sack is 300 Ghana cedis. You buy them, come and pour half inside. You stir them together. Then after that, you will leave it for like 2 days time. You come and match them because they are round. Unless you match them, then they will spread over this thing. Then you leave it the next day. You come and stir it again. So that process can take up to 7 days before it can start working.
Abdul Latif has mastered the dyeing craft for the past 20 years. He says about 20 to 30 threads are dyed in a day. According to him, though the business is gradually losing steam due to low patronage of the smoke, it has been a blessing to his entire household.
It helps us to pay our school fees and even to take care of ourselves, not to go into troubles. So that one, if the government can assist us, or even if we can get somebody that will help us to be able to have a factory, or even to help those who bring the threads and the barber. Already we have those that have a businesses with them. So if they can assist those people to get them easily, it will help the youth for the job to move on.
Dryers here charge weavers a fee for adding color to every thread they entrust in their hands. The prices differ depending on the quantity of thread and how colorful customers want their thread or yarn to look. The price for dyeing is pegged between 30 and 50 Ghana cedis per yarn. They spoke about their challenges.
The challenges we cause here is only the thread, because this time we find it difficult to come due to taxes. Find it difficult to, for the threads to come, because at first how it do come, this time it's not like that. And the barber too is always that we find that one too difficult to come.
Working conditions here are very poor. Workers here pay little attention to their health. There are no protective clothes or gloves to keep their hands safe from the harmful acidic solution. On a daily basis, they work at the mercy of the scorching sun every day.
It doesn't affect us, because if you use hand gloves, you can't, because of the chemical, what we call acid. If you use hand gloves, it will blast. So hand gloves cannot use on it, and the hand too, it doesn't affect us. Even in eating, it doesn't affect. If you wash your hands and eat, the way you cut your bulb, it doesn't paint it, so it doesn't have any effect in it.
Even though they add some color to the thread before weaving, they are optimistic that their smoke never fades.
If I want the dye to go, I'll use petrol to wash my hand, then it will go. If I use water and it will go, it means the dye itself, like the shed, it will not be properly. Because what we use in mixing them, that made the shed not to fade.
The boy here, we are weaving it. I learned what they are doing some tamale to and yendi and co. But our own is thick. Most of the time, the dying one, no, they don't have it as we have it here. They don't have it. So they even try to copy, but they are not getting it. So if you look at what people are doing and our own, no, the what people, their own is light, but our own is thicker. So when it comes to the dyeing side to our, unless they bring the thread to Daboya here before they can get the dyeing, no dyeing, you will not get the dyeing hole, no, apart from Daboya here.
After the dyed threads are properly dried is the turn of the weavers, and this is where their weaving expedition begins. Weavers begin their weaving by first straightening their yarn using pieces of wood, metallic objects, and stones placed at vantage points away from the loom. With every smoke weaving hub visited, weavers skillfully handle their tools and carefully weave without stress. It is a sight to behold as both the young and old weave their smoke with pride. Yusuf Takora is 35 years old. He has been weaving since he was 5 years old. He inherited smoke weaving from his late father. He mentioned yarn, shuttle, ball base, loom, wood, and a few other materials are his working tools. He takes us through the process.
We'll go and buy the white thread, then we'll stretch it. After stretching it, then we'll send it to the dyeing place. I believe you can see what I'm wearing is the dyeing material. But what I'm weaving here right now is not the dyeing material. The one that's made by the stores where we've been buying it at Tamale normal. For now, this one's like this. We don't dye it. And so it doesn't fade too.
Almost every part of the body has a role in the weaving process. The feet, hands, eyes, and even the mind to calculate every yarn movement and design are relevant in this regard. Weavers at this point focus and apply wisdom to come out with great and beautiful smokes that represent them as a people. It has been a journey of 10 years of smoke weaving for Alhassan Sisu here in Daboya. Sisu says he can only weave one yarn a day, which is equivalent to one whole thread.
Buy one kun 50 cedi unless you buy 4 of them in order to prepare material. But if you're not able to buy it, that means you have lost it all. The olden days, we were enjoying it well, but nowadays, the way the situation is, we are finding it difficult. We have no money to buy the trade. Even
14-year-old Muslim is a JHS student and also has mastered the art of weaving smokes. He joins his colleagues to weave after school every day. Muslim was introduced into the smoke business by his father when he was 5 years old.
Somebody too can do like this and give it to you. You should weave it and give it to him. So if he give you like that, he will give you 40 cedis so that you will weave and take the 40 cedis. So the 40 cedis you will be using and be going to school. So now even the 40 cedis, if you weave, the 40 cedis, they will not give you either 25 or 20.
Majid Abdul Mumin is 15 and also actively involved in the smoke weaving craft. This business was introduced to him at a tender age by his brother. He said proceeds from the business help pay his school fees.
First time my father teach me to learn this one. If you learn it, you can get experience from there. And the second one, he folded my hand and he said I should break my leg, my right leg, and the second one, my left leg. When I put this one, it has continued. And he said I should continue that, Within 1 month, I finished it.
In times past, smoke weaving was the only source of livelihood for the people of Daboya. But recently, the once vibrant smoke business in Daboya is gradually taking a nosedive due to the near collapse of the smoke weaving business. Most of the weavers have abandoned their looms and shifted focus on other businesses. Some of them share their experiences with us.
because some of us are not getting the product. But if you are not able to get it, you can weave. That's why some people are running away. At first, we were more than this number. But nowadays, because we are not getting anything from it, that's why some people, they have decided to stop. They are no more coming here. We are doing it in order to survive because we have nothing to do again unless the weaving.
We are many, but even how to get them, they try to, it's very difficult because at times we normally go to Nigeria or they normally go to Nigeria and then they'll bring it here, down here. So at times, if it's short like this, then before they will be going to Nigeria to go and bring it to, then we'll sit down for a long period before they will bring it back. Or maybe they'll bring it and also go for.
And the combs, the thread combs, they are also costing. If you are going to buy it, 50 cedis, 60 cedis, and the colors, they are also costing. Even if you buy the comb, you will go and dye them again. You go and dye them the black dye. And even the people who are dying, they are also, you will pay them again.
Yusuf and his friends weave under this dilapidated makeshift structure. The structure, which is almost broken down, is all they have. They are unable to upgrade it for now due to low sales.
This place was put up in the name of being a factory for the Daboya Smokes Weavers Association. So unfortunately, they were not able to complete it, just as what they told them. Because this project was supposed to be completed and used purposely as where people can showcase it. But unfortunately, they were not able to complete it for them. This is where those who are sewing supposed to be. And they were moved from where they were previously working to this place with the aim that they are coming to build this place for them to be able to control some of their challenges. But since then, a lot of people come to interview them. Even the government come here several times to listen to their cry, but at the end of it, they don't see anything. They call this place a factory, but they don't supposed to sit on these grasses and then wood. They're supposed to make it a finished one for them. So they are appealing to the government or the stakeholders who can help them put up a lot of projects for them to be able to help them improve in this system.
So, better ankara show.
Working conditions for these weavers are poor. They are unable to protect themselves from the sun's rays, and whenever it rains, everything comes to an abrupt halt.
When they erect something like canopies to where we are ending our distance, I think when it started raining or when it rains, I think we get chance to weave. But with that, raising the canopy up to where we have been ending, I think it's not easy for us to do it. No matter we have to pack when it rains.
At the Boya, two types of smokes are woven here, the Gonja smoke and other colorful ones, which are upon a customer's request. There are different names for different smokes. This one, for instance, was named after former President Mahama. And this beautiful pattern is also called God Will Speak on Your Behalf. As an area noted for smoke weaving, it shouldn't be difficult seeing them on display all over the community. But alas, that is not to be. There was no single shop or an exhibition center showcasing the beautiful smoke I saw at the various looms. A walk through their market centers also showed none on display. Weavers complain they do not recoup the money invested in the weaving business anymore. They attributed it to bad pricing and low patronage.
Now you look as if the trade is going higher, but the market is coming down. So because of that, it lets the production of the material come down small. Because now how to get money to go and buy the thread is too costly. And if you manage to get the money and go and buy the thread, you will suffer and then do it. But how to sell it to get something? Like
about 2015, when you go and sell it, you can sell it 2,300,000. Or by this time, you can go and sell it 1.3. The seller will not, the buyer will not sell. When you go and sell it, the buyer will not collect it at 2 million or 3 million. He will give you, he or her give you 1.3 or 1.2. You can't get any profit in there.
Getting the raw materials for weaving is difficult. Weavers have to travel to either Paga or Nigeria to buy them. They say this has contributed to the fading away of the smoke industry in Daboya.
When you go and buy one of the comb, 60 cedis, 50 cedis, 45 Ghana cedis, and the color cones, 7 cedis, 8 cedis, and 6 cedis. When you finish, you can't get any profit in there.
The Gbenakperura Sumbori, the first of Wasipe Traditional Council, was happy their tradition still lives on over 3 centuries down the line. He was, however, worried about the new methods adopted in recent times in weaving the smokes.
Raw cotton they used to spin it locally. The spinners were there. They would get the cotton, spin it. Now the local dye too is there. They use leaves and roots of certain trees, combine them in certain proportions, and let them go through a certain process, and they become a dye. They use that to dye for a certain length of time. And that used to give a very quality, sparkling material. With time, as the population grew, many people did not have time to go through the process of proper dyeing. And so if somebody wore it, then he would see coloration on his shirt. And that tried to diminish the importance